Rome's greatest existential threat wore its own uniform. Internal greed dismantled the state's foundations long before any foreign invader breached the city walls. The Praetorian Guard held a singular mandate: protect the person of the emperor. Recruitment into this unit was reserved for the most capable veterans, vetted fighters, tactical experts, and specialists like naval engineers. They were the most elite military force in the ancient world. In the year 193 AD, following a string of political assassinations, these protectors barricaded themselves inside their camp and locked the gates. They had decided to put the empire up for sale. The throne of the world's only superpower was sold to the highest bidder in a public auction. This auction proved that Rome's civic institutions had been replaced by a commercial marketplace. Political loyalty carried a price tag, and every layer of the Roman state eventually required a bribe. Emperors used massive expenditures to purchase public favor. Vespasian funded the construction of the Colosseum specifically to gift free, violent entertainment to the masses. During these games, the emperor would throw lottery tickets, called a sparzio, into the crowds. Catching one could reward a citizen with anything from household furniture to a country villa. This transactional logic extended to the military. Emperors were expected to provide massive cash bonuses to soldiers to prevent a coup. These recurring payments transformed the emperor into a tenant of his own military. Emperors began treating the state treasury as a personal account to fund megalomaniacal projects. Nero used state funds to reward favorites like the gladiator Speculus and constructed the gold-covered Domus Aurea, a palace that occupied a massive portion of the city center. Under Emperor Commodus, the administration of the empire rotted while the ruler personally fought in hundreds of rigged gladiator games. The Praetorian Guard saw the emperor as a vulnerable source of wealth. The vanity of the rulers invited the military to act as predators rather than protectors. After murdering Emperor Pertinax, the Praetorian Guard skipped the political process and sold the throne directly. Two wealthy senators, Sulpicianus and Didius Julianus, arrived at the camp walls and engaged in a literal bidding war for the crown. Didius Julianus won the auction with a bid of 25,000 sesterces for every single member of the Guard. The Guard escorted their buyer to the Senate to force the legal confirmation of his rule. The Roman public reacted with disgust, mourning the death of the empire's dignity. The auction was the result of a system where the ruler was simply the man with the most liquid assets. The auction triggered an immediate civil war. Provincial armies across the empire revolted against the new emperor in Rome. Didius Julianus ruled for only 66 days before he was executed by the advancing provincial armies. This event shattered the concept of Roman law. It ushered in an era of military juntas that would persist for decades. The protectors of the state had become its liquidators. This institutional rot remained until the empire's end. When the institutions of a society become purely transactional, that society has already ceased to exist.